ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानञ्जनशलाकाय चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कदा मह्यं ददाति पदान्तिकम्। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरु श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरो वैष्णवंश्च श्रीरूपं सग्रजातं सहगणरघुनाथं वीतं तं च जीवं सद्वैतं सवादूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादं सहगणा ललिता श्रीविशाखाविन्तंश्च। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगतपते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमस्तुते। ओम तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधा वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुव्यासश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। श्रीकृष्णचैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानन्द श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृन्द हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 hare hare. So today we are going to start from our sloka number 3.17, and before that I would like to um, thank everyone, and especially my special thanks to Ranjit Prabhuji and Sangramjit Prabhuji for organizing this wonderful forum, and where we are able to share, gain and share our knowledge before the wonderful devotees. And thank you. Let me start with the sloka. The sloka goes like Yasvatya Atma Ratirevashyad Atma Triptascha Manava Atmani Evascha Santustas Tasya Karyam Na Vidyate. Again, यस्त्व आत्मा रति एवश्यद आत्मतृप्तश्च मानवः आत्मानि एवश्च सन्तुष्टस् तस्य कार्यं न विद्यते. Meaning, for for one who takes pleasure in the self and whose human life is one of self realization and who is satisfied in the self only, fully satiated, for him there is no duty. Basically, in this present sloka, Krishna is trying to uh, emphasize more on Niskama Karma Yoga. Like in the last or the previous verses from 3.1 to 3.16, Krishna was trying to explain Arjuna regarding the various karma kanda rituals that as an individual we should follow in this material life to gain good results, to reap good results, and what all repercussions a person or an individual will face if he is not following these rituals properly. But from here he will emphasize uh, more on niskama karma yoga, because Arjuna was thinking that since I don't have much desire for any of the material gains or any thing, I don't have any desire for winning this battle or winning this war, so why there is any duty for me to perform or to fight this war against my own fellow mates? But to this, from here, Lord Krishna is trying to explain that our what a life we are living, our life is a message to the world, and we have to ensure that it should be inspiring. So from here, this sloka, Lord Krishna is focusing on making Arjuna to understand What is the meaning of this Niskam Karma Yoga? He's focusing on the terms like the Yastva Atma Ratir. Yastva Atma Ratir means the one who is taking pleasure in oneself. Atma Triptascha Manava, and one who is self realized is always happy from within. And finally, Atmani Evascha Santustas, the one who is self contained and hence self realized. There is nothing more for him to achieve, and he is satiated from within. Now, this thing we need to understand what is this particular meaning of self-realization in mean in real sense to us. Like many of us, we think that we also don't have much desire or much expectations from this life, so we may also come under this category of self-realization. But thing is that it is like if we just keep any one of us in this in a secluded closed dark room and ask him to stay like that for a month without interacting with anyone outside this his surrounding, then will we be able to sustain? Because most of us it is mostly impossible for most of us. Why? Because somewhere we are still we still need this external factors, this external excitement to make us keep going. Because there is an hankering to feed our inner ego, the ahankar that we are carrying with us. There is an inner need to feed our ahankar or our ego. So we are not in a state of atma santusti, because once a person has achieved this state, he doesn't require anyone. He is happy and self contained within, because he knows his real state with the divine. He is ultimately connected to the divine, and whatever our action or whatever task that person is going to perform, he is only going to perform under the instruction or intervention of the divine or the supreme. We can take the best example is we can take the example of Lord Hanuman. He is the greatest devotee of Lord Ram. He is almighty. He is all courageous. He is all knowledgeous. Even if he wanted, he could have easily won the war against Ravana. But did he do did he do so? He didn't, because whatever action he was performing, it was only under the instruction of Lord Ram. So till now, we worship him as the greatest devotee of Lord Ram, and with his grace only we can move ahead in the path of bhakti. Now, likewise, many of us will like there are a lot of us who want to reach the state of self realization, but how we can reach? So here Prabhupada is explaining in a very beautiful way, that is, this state can only be achieved with the practice of regular bhakti in Krishna consciousness. Why? Because once we're practicing or chanting the holy name of Lord Krishna, we are we are cleansing our heart. Like it is written in Sri Chaitanya's Stakam that Chetu Darpano Marjanam means we are constantly cleansing the mirror of our hearts. And then when our heart is getting cleansed, it is this chanting is equivalent to performing many yagnas. And because we all know that our hearts are contaminated, we are unable to we are unable to understand our real position with the supreme personality of Godhead. Now once our consciousness is getting cleansed with bhakti, and we are starting to realize our true position, which we somewhere subconsciously know that we are all the eternal servant or the dasa of our supreme. Because most of us, For most of us, our heart is covered with various lusty desires of fulfilling our sense gratification, so because of which our inherent qualities of within our heart is getting covered. We are unable to understand our true swarup. That is, He is the Prabhu and we are His dasas. Like most of us, uh, like once we are practicing this bhakti, like most of us we are doing now, we will start understanding our eternal identity, our true identity with respect to the Lord, and we won't fluctuate. Now, what is this fluctuation? Most of the time, we are fluctuating between, like, once we are into the temple, we are at the temple, we are folding our hands with all the humility as the devotee of Krishna, and once we are coming back home, again, we are the master of our own world. So once our mind, our true position is fixed with Krishna, we shall all understand that yes, He is the ultimate supreme and we are His all-time servant. So once we are understanding this, what happens? He's telling that once we all understand this position, our duties, whatever we are performing, it becomes self illuminated and self realized. And Krishna says that anyone who is engaged in my devotional service, he is the person who he gives the person the required intelligence to understand what to do the next. This process is called as self illumination. Now, when Krishna will be giving the instruction to an uplifted and self realized soul by lighting up the lamp of knowledge, then from where there is the need of will arise of doing this obligatory duties, because here Arjuna is being directly instructed by Krishna to fight this war. Though Arjuna was not interested because he's overwhelmed with all so many thoughts, but Krishna is telling that if you are not, if I want, I could finish this war within minutes, but I want you to fight so that your name should prevail. So once a person comes under the direct guidance of Krishna and the direct direction of the Supreme, there is no need of connecting oneself with these obligatory duties of this material world. Because here Krishna is saying that once we are serving Him with all our consciousness, everything is automatically taken care. And such a Krishna conscious person is no longer interested in any material activities, no longer takes part in any material arrangements like wine, women, and similar infatuations. Because once we are attaining the supreme, the higher taste, all this lower taste won't matter much, and the obligatory duties towards this world or towards this material life is completely inversely proportional to the Krishna conscious, the advancement in our Krishna consciousness. The more we are rising high in our consciousness, the attachment with the obligatory duties will automatically decrease, and similarly the urge or the need of doing these duties will also decrease. So once we are attached to Krishna, He takes our charge, and with His grace, we can be self illuminated and and do our prescribed duty without any attachment, and finally can attain the state of Atma Santusti. So, thank you. This is from my side. I have prepared this much. Thank you, Prabhuji.